Alright guys, welcome to Channel UK Admin 01, welcome to my channel as always. Let me just pull up my Windows calendar so I can get my bearings because it is pretty late here. As you can see, it's the 30th of the 7th, sorry, 30th of the 7th 2019. Time here is 04:19 AM UK GMT. Now in this particular video today I'm going to be politely addressing two people. The first person I'm going to name MaD. The second person I'm going to name Jay. Okay, they're just names randomly that I'm going to use in this video. Right, so first things first, I'm going to talk to you today first, MaD, if that's okay. You can see here in the background I've got a YouTube video open on my YouTube channel. I published this video on the 24th of the 7th 2019, so it was literally 5-6 days ago. Let's find out what date it was actually posted on. I think it might have been a Wednesday. So yeah, it is a Wednesday. Wednesday the 24th. The following day, your friend Jay, okay, sent me a comment on this video. Now by default, all my videos on YouTube automatically hold any comments for review. Always have done and always will do. I seen this comment by your friend Jay, and I did not approve it. I did not allow it to be public for anybody else to see, and I pretty much ignored it. I didn't acknowledge it. I also didn't ask for the comment to be sent. I've made no efforts or attempts to reach out or speak to your friend Jay before this happened, and I've made no efforts or attempts to reach out to him since it's happened, but I wanted to make this video today. I'm just going to give you a little snippet in my own words, not using a screenshot or photographic evidence of what was said, but I can tell you roughly what was said in the comment, so you can decide in your own time what's right for you, you know, and you can basically just work it out for yourself. So as you can see here in the search bar, again, I'm perfectly within my rights to say this and do this. The comment read, I watched the whole 50 minutes. Now before we go any further, I received this message or this comment the following day. So that would have been, obviously I uploaded the video or published the video on the 21st. So it would have been Thursday, the 25th of the 7th 2019. So let's get cracking. So at the top here in the search bar, this was the comment. I watched the whole 50 minutes. As you can see down here, it was 50 minutes long. I watched the whole 50 minutes. It was nice, GG. As a suggestion, you may also want to consider changing the auto-generated game from Tiberian Wars to Kane's Wrath. Just a suggestion. I hope we can play again sometime. Now if I scroll down here, you can see what I'm talking about, this particular section here. I think that's what Jay was referring to. Change that from Tiberian Wars to Kane's Wrath. But once again, I wasn't interested in anything he had to say. I'm not interested in him, and to be completely and utterly honest with you, I'm sick to death of him trying to communicate with me online. He was fully aware of what he was doing earlier this year, towards the end of last year, throughout 2018. He was given multiple chances to get along with me as a friend. You know this. I'm not ashamed of saying this. He was given multiple chances to get along with me as a friend, and he was also the person that reached out to me a lot more than I reached out to him. You've seen messages from him before that he sent me online, possibly in other videos, in other things that I've shared online in the past, and unfortunately it is something I cannot control. I don't go around blocking or banning people for no reason, because again, nothing malicious has happened here. But I can assure you that in the last 3 to 4 days, obviously it's actually a bit longer, in the last 5 to 6 days, 24th, so yeah, the 25th, so the last 5 days, your friend Jay has reached out to me on YouTube, and that's not the first time. Okay, this is like the third time since I think the beginning of 2019, unbeknown to you as well. You don't actually know this, but I'm telling you this today, okay? And that's pretty much it. So I'd like you just to just sit and think carefully about what I've tried to say to you in the past, the things I've shared with people online in the past, and basically what I'm saying to you today. I then made this particular video this was published on the 25th, about what I was basically doing, a little update stroke fortnightly video on what I was going to be doing last weekend. So it was between the 25th and the 28th. Now, once I made this video, I specified several games that I was going to be playing between these dates, and then miraculously your friend Jay made his very first update video, his quick update video as he called it, on his YouTube channel, and said, I'm going to be playing Red Alert 3 between 6 and 8 p.m. and then I'm going to play Kane's Wrath until I basically drop. So that was until he was tired. Now, if you remember correctly, you played with Jay online on the 25th, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, the 26th, which was Friday, not the 25th. You played with him on the 26th, which would have been Friday. And I think you played with him again on the 28th, which I think might have been the Sunday. But I can't be certain of that. And again, that's none of my business. But if he is playing with you and trying to communicate with me, what does that tell you? It obviously doesn't sound great, does it, at the end of the day? And I would not make something like this up. I really wouldn't. I don't know what discussions you've had with Jay in the past, but once again, that's got nothing to do with me, and I'm not saying anything about that in the past. But I do know from Jay in the past that he has said about you that he's asked you not to communicate with me online, and I'm telling you today that he's still, I repeat, he is still doing it. I found it very strange for Jay to manually remove his comment that was withheld below this particular video that I was talking to you about 5 minutes ago, and then I found it very strange for him to remove his update video that I found quite disturbing in parts last weekend, which would have been between the, let me pull up my calendar, it would have been the update video he released on Friday the 26th, and it was deleted by the end of Friday night stroke Saturday morning, which would have been the 27th of the 7th 2019. Again, the behaviour of your friend Jay is very, very peculiar, and that is all I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to be completely honest with you and everybody else, okay? Now, I'm going to politely address Jay. Some stuff will be censored out here as well for privacy reasons, because obviously you do have to respect people's privacy online, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to switch my browser and scroll down, and I'm just going to quickly play a particular video for you guys to listen to. It will last probably no more than 30 to 40 seconds.
Forgot to mention as well, I've just added this little short video onto the end of the video that you've just finished watching, because I forgot to mention it. Did you ever stop to think and consider your current friend situation on Steam at the moment? This is another reason why I don't think you're being genuine or sincere to anything that you say to me. I don't want to say anything else to that, but you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? And hopefully people that you are currently friends with on Steam at the moment, they'll probably have a better understanding of, again, what you're still up to, what you're doing online, how you're trying to communicate with me, and everything else.
So as you've just heard me say there in an earlier video on YouTube, that you could clearly hear me say that he's basically Jay had been reaching out to me again, and that's pretty much it. Now Jay, that was a video that I released towards the end of last year in relation to you speaking to me all the time online, and I wanted nothing to do with it, and I didn't encourage it. So I'm going to politely ask you today to stop messaging me, okay? I don't want to hear from you on YouTube. I don't want to hear from you on Discord. I don't want any more friend invitations sending to me on Steam. And you've done that about 3 or 4 times over the last 12 months, and don't deny it, you have. And I've just ignored them. Again, you've cancelled them by yourself because they've never been accepted. You've also sent me friends requests as well in the past on Discord. 1 or 2 of them have been ignored as well. I've accepted them once or twice back in the day, but the recent ones, or should I say the more recent ones in the last 8 to 12 months, they've been ignored, and you know very well they have. I also wanted to politely say to you as well today, Jay, that I find you very aloof because you've been very unfriendly towards me in the past and quite cold towards me, and I don't really like it. I find you very indecisive because you've been unable to make any choices about who you've wanted to be friends with properly in the past, and you've played people between each other, and it wasn't very fair. So you've played me, you've played MaD, you've played many of other people, you've said other things about other people as well, which I know about, that they don't know about, and a lot of people do think the sun shines out of your backside, and it actually doesn't. So once again, for these reasons, do not, I repeat, do not try and contact me online anymore, and I say that politely. Thank you. I find you tactless because you've gone out of your way over the last 12 to 18 months to offend me and upset me in many ways, including others. That's another reason. And I think you're pretty thoughtless as well, because you've never displayed any thoughts of concern towards me or anybody else online that you've upset in the past as well. I don't like the way you roll online at the end of the day. You're immature as well. So I'm just going to politely ask you today to stay the hell out of my way, okay? I don't like you. I think you're a bag, and I want nothing more to do with you. MaD, if you've got anything about you, you'll do exactly what I'm doing. You'll get rid at the end of the day, but again, it's your choice. Jay keeps reaching out to me. He keeps trying to interact with me online, and he's still not getting the message. Now, that's all I'm going to say. I've spoke very politely in this video. I've not been rude, really. I've not been aggressive. I've not hardly swore, and that's pretty much all I wanted to say. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you wise up to what's going on, MaD, and I wish you a good day. Anybody else watching, stay out of the situation, please. It doesn't concern anyone else. I just wanted to say that. Have a lovely day, everyone. Take care, and thanks for watching. Bye bye. Right, I think it's time for some real gaming. Oh yeah, i9 power. Let's go.